Howdy y'all, it's Daniel Nicholson with Nicholson Farms. We're back with another video today. We're gonna go feed the goats real quick. That's not what today's video is about, but we're gonna go ahead and do it there at the top of the pasture so maybe I can get them fed without them all bombarding me at one time. So we'll go ahead and feed the goats and we'll get started. As you can see, I got busted, so it looks like I'm fighting goats today. Today's video is going to be all about the pigs. For those that don't know, I raise feeder pigs. I get pigs in at about 10 to 15 pounds, sometimes 20, right at weaning weight. And I try to grow them out to about 200 pounds. The guys that buy pigs from me, that's typically the weight that they look for. So I've got them behind me. And as you can see where we moved this fence a couple weeks ago, they've really torn it up. It's starting to get pretty dirty, and we're actually getting a tropical storm come in this Friday or this weekend, and so this pen's going to get really muddy. And so I want to go ahead and prepare to get them moved. I got a spot picked out here over on the other side of this tree line that I'll show you later. But what we're going to do today, since my main pig pen is right here behind me and all my water system is right here, I've got to make a waterer that I can move around whenever I move this Premier One pig fence around. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to show you how I make a water system or nipple drinker system to hook up to my 250 gallon IBC tote. And so we're going to get back down to the barn and I'm going to do it down there. But everything's fed up down up here, so they're all good to go. They got water, they got feed. So we're gonna go ahead and get started, and I'm gonna show you how I make my watering system. To get started, I did cheat a little bit. I went ahead and gathered up all my tools and all my materials. Just because if you live with a brother or a dad that like to work on things too, you have to track down your tools most of the time. I went ahead and cut my 3/4 inch pipe. We had some scrap pipe laying around. So first step of what we're going to do is I'm going to take this 3/4 inch pipe, I'm going to cut it into 1 foot sections, and so we'll do that real quick and then we'll start putting it together. Alright, so I got 4 sections that are about 12 inches roughly. I did mark out a spot about roughly 1 foot apart. It doesn't have to be exact, just whatever you got to work with. I just had enough pipe that I could do that. So now I have some 3/4 inch tees going in on the straight end side, and on this end is threaded, so I can put these hog water nipples that I got off of Amazon. I'll definitely be sure to leave a description or a link in the description box of these, but first we're going to go ahead and we're going to get all our pipe together, our lengthwise, and then we'll talk more about the nipples. So I'm just going to use some cement glue if I can get it open. Man. Get it open, I'm going to put glue on my pipe. Just go in, give it about a half turn. Now I do want all my nipples to be straight, so that's one thing I'm going to be conscious about now. Is as I add my T's, I'm just going to make sure all these nipples are straight.
I'm just using the table as a straight line.
So now I got these 5 spots where I'm going to put 5 different nipples for the pigs. This one pipe made up. I'm going to cut off a little short piece or stub of that 3/4 inch pipe to come out, where I'm going to put a 90 to go back to my tank. And on this other end, I'm going to go ahead and put a spigot just so I can flush out my lines. In case during the summertime I get algae in the tank, I can flush out the lines and I don't have to pull my nipples off to clean them out to make sure they're not clogged up. So we'll go ahead and get that done real quick. So you need to, it doesn't have to be exact, I'm just going to eyeball about 4 or 5 inches. Go ahead and cut it. Cutter's messing up. I'll go ahead and glue this end into the pipe, or into that last T on that end. Then I'm going to put a coupling on that's 3/4 on one side and threaded for 1/2 inch on the other side. Now I'm just going to add some Teflon to my spigot. My brother's recording me over here on Snapchat, trying to make fun of my videos. He's not a believer yet. And you can use glue for your threaded stuff. I'm not gonna. It's just a hog watering system. I want to make it simple as possible. But I'm putting a little Teflon on there just so it doesn't leak so much. I got that. All my nipples are going to come out straight like this. I want my drain to face down, so I'm going to make sure it's facing down. I'm going to tighten it to that point. It looks just like that so far. So on the other side, I'm going to cut another little stub. We're going to put a 90 on it. I'm going to put this right on inside the fence where the nipple's going to be facing towards the pigs. So I need my 90 to face towards my trailer. And then I'm just going to put this whole piece in that'll go through the fence back to my water tank. that's the whole PVC part of it. We're gonna go back now and we're gonna go ahead and put our nipples in, and I'm gonna go ahead and Teflon all these, and then I'll show you a little more about these before I put the last one in. Alright, so I got them all wrapped in Teflon. You can see here, the nipple, whenever the pig bites on this or pushes it in with their tongue, it's going to release water, spring, and got a seal in there. They work real well. If you know pigs, they waste a lot of water. So this will control a lot of leaks and stuff like that, making a mess. So we're going to go ahead and get those screwed in. Mine's a 3/4. I guess it all depends on where you buy, what pack you buy off of Amazon. I don't know if they come different or not. But we're gonna go ahead and get all these screwed in, and then it should be ready to go, and I'll fill up my little tank and we'll test it out. You want to make sure this side is down, because they're going to sit like that. That kind of makes that water flow out the bottom instead of just, if you put them like that, they'll still probably work, but you're just going to waste a whole lot more water. That should be plenty tight. They're probably a little over tight, but I'm not gonna have any pressure on this line. It's all gonna be gravity fed from my tank. But like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and fill up my tank up a little bit. We'll get some water on here, make sure all these nipples are working, make sure our drain's working, and then I'm gonna grab a couple materials and we're gonna go up to the site that I'm gonna move the pigs to. And we'll go ahead and see if we can't get this thing installed this afternoon. So I kind of have it simulated right here of how my watering system that I have already is. This would be my trailer with my IBC tote, but I'm just using my tank that I use to fill up the horses and goats water whenever I don't have water access. But you can see how the water is going to come out. It's going to come in this pipe that's going to run through the fence, and then I have my nipples running down long ways. So one thing to remember with this is you have to relieve the air out of this pipe. I've already done so, but you just open that last drain, or if you don't put a drain on yours, you can just release the air out of that last nipple, and it should relieve all the air in that line. But now we'll just go through and we'll make sure all these nipples are working. That one's working. And that's it. I mean, they're all working. So when a pig comes up to this system, they're gonna come up here with their mouths and they're gonna bite. They're gonna down on that little bar, and it's gonna release water. It's gonna control a lot of waste of water. If you just put a tank out there, the pigs are gonna, either try to get in the tank, they're gonna knock it over, and it just creates all kind of issues where you're filling up water all the time and you've got a muddy mess. So this is a system I like to use. I'm gonna grab a couple more materials and we're gonna head up to the site and we're gonna go ahead and see if we can't get this thing installed this afternoon. So right here's where I'm thinking about putting the watering system. I'm gonna put that Premier One fence around this area. Got to move the horse trailer going down a little bit and back up towards my perimeter fence right there. Right now the pigs are over there, so I'm thinking I can just move my Premier One fence against this cross fence right here, trap them up in here while I move their fence and bring them over here. So we're gonna go ahead and set this watering system up. What I have is 2 T-posts in the back of the truck, and I've got a 2x6 to sit underneath that pipe just to support it some, so those pigs don't break that pipe on me. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the T-post driven first, then I'm gonna strap that 2x6 to the T-post, and then I'm gonna strap the new watering system on top of that, and we'll see how it looks whenever I get done. So I'm gonna set the camera up and we'll see how it turns out. All right, so if you can see, we've got it mounted in place. It's about probably 8 to 10 inches off the ground. It might need to go up a little bit, and I don't know if my wire's gonna hold. We're gonna try it for a little bit. I just got that board strapped on there with wires. If I were to change anything, which I might actually go back and do, I'll get some U-bolts to go through that board with a piece of flat iron on the front, kind of clamp it at that T-post real good, get it to the right height. But as small as these pigs are, they're gone now, but as small as these pigs are, it should work. But we'll see. If not, I'll just raise it up. The only reason I got that board under there is just to give that pipe some more support so the pigs aren't stepping on it or anything like that and cause that pipe to break. But I think that will work. So y'all, that's gonna be it for the day. I hope you enjoyed it. I really hope this video helps you out if you're looking into getting into pigs. And pigs are really a simple animal to raise. If you're just getting started on raising animals and you want to raise your own meat, I'd suggest pigs. Like I said, they're really easy to raise. All you have to do is provide food, water, and a place for them. You might get in some other issues with worms, but they're not near as hard to deal with as goats. I make more off of pigs than I do goats by far every year, so I highly suggest raising pigs, and they're fun. I love pigs. They're kind of cool animal. But like I said, I hope this video helped you out. If it did, or you liked it, please hit the thumbs up button on this video. Hit the notification bell so you'll be notified next time we post a video. And also go ahead and subscribe to our channel if you don't mind. We got some cool things coming up, a lot of different projects going on. Our next video is going to be all goats. We're trying something new, and I'm going to be trying to get some good footage of that, document all that. So y'all be looking out for that video. But like I said, I really appreciate y'all hanging out with me this afternoon, and we'll see y'all in the next one. Little king snake.